Tatiana Ali, who was only 11 years old at the start of the show, Karen Parsons, and Alfonso Ribeiro all began their acting careers in sitcoms. As I stood next to my wife and watched everything happen, it became obvious to me. I thought, oh, so this is it. You're not part of the elite circle that gets invited to glamorous events offering more film opportunities after watching the entire sequence. This was just Hollywood's way of doing things. Many households are now aware of Alfonso Ribeiro, who gained notoriety over 30 years ago for his portrayal of the preppy Carlton Banks in the sitcom. Over the course of the 6-year comedy run, Alfonso's fame gradually faded, but we remained friends well beyond the set. Alfonso, who played Carlton on Fresh Prince, was usually engaged in a variety of activities, such as competing in the Long Beach Grand Prix. Thinking back, I remarked, that's what happened. Acknowledging his difficulties in advancing his acting career, Alfonso observed Will Smith become a blockbuster sensation and rise to popularity. After the show ended in 1996, Alfonso thought that his prominent position would help him advance in his career, but he later acknowledged that he was heavily typecast in the iconic role of Carlton. Alfonso's trademark dance steps, which were identified with his persona, did in fact provide difficulties for his profession. It's a common belief that if you're good at something, it's difficult to change who you are. Because of how well he portrayed Carlton, he kept getting cast in parts that were identical to his own. Actors frequently deal with this typification. When you portray a role so brilliantly, it's difficult for others to view you from a different perspective. Alfonso voiced his annoyance with pop culture's constraints. I did everything right, performed my role perfectly, and now I find myself unable to escape it, he said. Even though Alfonso expressed his dissatisfaction and said time and time again that he was having trouble obtaining parts after Fresh Prince, he did not condemn Will Smith for not using his power to assist. But unlike some of his contemporaries, Alfonso avoided contentious events, which exacerbated the split. Even though Will Smith kept a thorough record of his life, Alfonso showed no interest in learning more about his personal life. In fact, he refused to read his memoir, which described his life with Jada Pinkett Smith, his longtime wife, and their children, including Jaden Smith's Proclamation of Independence. I'm not sure if I'll ever read the book, considering I know the Smith family well. People have speculated about them for years, and now they're sharing their truth in their own way, said Alfonso. Along with Alfonso, his wife Angela, and their other 3 children, Sienna, Alfonso's oldest daughter, lives with them. Alfonso and Angela first met a few years before getting married in October 2012. From their first meeting in 1999 to their marriage in 2002 to their final divorce filing in 2004, their relationship has been a journey. Anders Rain and Alfonso J. Lincoln live with their mother, Ava Sue. Alfonso is a frequent social media user who uses Instagram and other platforms to celebrate his children's birthdays and share updates and send personal remarks about them. The Smith family appears to be surrounded by turmoil, but the family enjoys taking trips together. To put it mildly, the Smiths have experienced their fair share of drama. They have endured years of ludicrous rumors concerning their personal lives, such as claims of an open marriage and strange tales regarding Jada's faithfulness, such as an alleged liaison with Mark Anthony. Alfonso would rather stay out of situations like these. Their actual circumstances are significantly more nuanced than the drama that has been widely shared online. Jada disclosed in October 2023 that she and Will had split up in 2016 due to exhaustion from their failed attempts to rebuild their relationship. Let's stand back and discuss some of the misconceptions that have been around their relationship since the beginning. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air set was where Will and Jada initially got together. Even though Cherie Zampino, Will's first wife, and he were no longer living together, they were still legally married at the time. Will exclaimed, "Cool, you're seeing me now," as soon as he found out Jada was single, and the rest is history. Though she was hesitant at first, Jada was open to the notion of having children with Will. Shortly after discovering they were expecting their son, Jaden, the couple tied the knot. In a 2019 interview, Jada revealed, "My mother insisted that I get married." She's very traditional and believed starting a family was the right step. Jada's representative vehemently denied any involvement with Mark Anthony. Meanwhile, the couple responded to rumors linking Jada to Mark Anthony with a statement to People magazine explaining their current situation. "While we typically do not respond to media rumors, the speculation circulating about our relationship is false. We are still together, and our marriage remains strong." On April 14, 2013, Jada responded to the rumors of a breakup directly in a Facebook post dubbed "The Fated Day." She elaborated on her previous remarks, highlighting their mutual trust and maturity in their relationship, which gave them some freedom but did not suggest an open relationship. In an exclusive interview with Howard Stern in June 2015, Jada talked about the nature of attraction and loyalty, saying, "It's naive to think a man won't find other women attractive. However, just because your partner admires someone else doesn't mean they don't love you. Under normal circumstances, I don't respond to foolishness because it's contagious," Will said in response to fresh divorce rumors that year. After receiving numerous heartfelt messages of concern, "I felt it was necessary to confirm, Jada and I are not divorcing. If that day comes, I promise you I'll be the first to tell you." After expressing support via a supportive tweet, Jada stated, "Now that my king has spoken, we can put these divorce rumors to rest." In June 2017, Jada acknowledged that she and Will were the subject of the most outrageous rumor she had ever heard about her family, that they were swingers. Laughing, she said, "Oh, I wish," when she appeared on Watch What Happens Live. In June 2020. The subject of an open marriage came up again in an interview with Angela Yee. Jada acknowledged that she had dated singer August Alsina when she and Will were still apart. Will clarified that rather than concentrating on romantic connection, their marriage had transformed into a life partnership centered on support and affection for one another. He described the years he spent with Jada as being full of real, heartfelt affection, and he genuinely treasured their relationship. August Alsina further asserted an allegation swiftly refuted by Jada's representatives that Will had approved of the connection. In July 2020, Jada confirmed her relationship with August when she was separated from Will by sitting across from him in an open discussion about their participation during a Red Table Talk episode. "To figure out how to make ourselves happy, we agreed to separate for a period of time. During that time, I entered into another relationship with August," she clarified. She vehemently denied ever giving explicit permission for the relationship, highlighting the autonomy they each maintained during their separation. Their relationship was complicated, but this open conversation also revealed how much respect and understanding each other had for one another, which helped them make difficult decisions during a trying time in their lives. To be clear, in that situation, I am the only person with the authority to give approval. I try to explain things clearly in case you have any questions." August implied that it's wise to discuss ideas with your chess students in an indirect tweet, which appeared to be a negative response to the Red Table Talk. The Smith family seems to be doing well after the conversation. Despite this, "I try to always offer people real love, even when your heart is consumed with jealousy." The Smith family is reportedly happy with how they've handled the matter and made everything transparent, according to a U.S. Weekly article. In the end, Will and Jada are no different from any other couple. Their notoriety is what makes them prominent. Despite their arguments and reconciliations, their love for one another never wavers. Moreover, Will and Jada believe that the problem was being exaggerated. What hasn't changed, according to people close to them, is how much they still love each other. Given that he declared his love for his wife and the deep devotion their kids have for them, where does this leave Will and Jada? Despite their notoriety, They are a close-knit family. You could be loved despite all the obstacles. Even though there doesn't appear to be any conflict, others who used to be close to them, like Alfonso, saw warning indications of problems. A year later, Jada talked about how difficult it may be to maintain the love flame and frequently reflected back on their first adventures together in a Red Table Talk episode. You may expect your partner to understand you even at a young age, like 22. This is especially true in personal circumstances where you would think they could read your mind and sense your emotions. That's a pretty big mistake, Jada said. She continued by saying that although she finds expressing her wants to be very helpful, it may also be uncomfortable at times. Anonymous memoir, Will's autobiography, was published in early November 2021. In it, he explores his relationship with Jada, beginning with their first meeting. Jada had her first failed audition for Prince of Bel-Air, which is where they originally got together. Their connection didn't get much closer until years later. His narrative claims that they became practically inseparable. Jada and I made the decision to keep our relationship a secret because we hadn't divorced Cherie yet. We thought, considering our little fame, that it wasn't the best appearance. Luckily, this resulted in a bonus that wasn't anticipated. During the first few months, we were together all the time. Our relationship became as intense a love whirlwind as we could because we linked so easily and our energies mixed so well that it seemed more like reuniting with an old friend than beginning a new romance. Our mutual understanding kept us going strong as a couple, but after a few years, problems started to arise in our marriage. According to his book, it's about bearing with the tragic demise of our idealistic fantasies of a flawless family and romance. We both didn't want to get divorced. Despite our love and the wonderful times we had in our marriage, the structure of the life we had created started to strangle us. In the end, we were able to work things out and come to terms, accepting what we now call the power of loving freely, which gave us the freedom to be wholly independent and totally devoted to one another. Will's interview with Oprah about his relationship with Jada took place a month after the publication of his book. The interview concentrated on specific passages from Will's memoir, especially his ideas about love and freedom. Will clarified, saying, "You grant love and freedom to everyone except your partner." He pointed out that friendships and parent-child relationships are frequently characterized by greater freedom than marriages. As he noted, it can be difficult to talk about these topics because most individuals have a limited viewpoint on relationships. He noted that even now, a simple conversation between us can last 4 hours, emphasizing the depth and nuance of their exchanges. In an effort to give their partnership a fresh perspective, Will and Jada interacted with others not out of need, but rather as a spiritual cleansing of the unloving aspects of their hearts, reaffirming their resolve to confront life's obstacles as a couple. Will said, "Our love has never been stronger," which paradoxically suggested to others that there might be problems. We're cleansing the poisoned, unloving parts of our hearts and doing it together in this lifetime, no matter what. In fact, Will said he had never met anyone with whom he could have more peaceful and fruitful talks than Jada. They are able to overcome their obstacles without becoming too close to one another. Red carpet host Lenore Cox praised them after their years of happiness together at the 2022 SAG Awards. "We're looking forward to more entanglements and red table talks," Jada said in a lighthearted manner. Later that year, Will made it clear that there had been no adultery in their marriage and that the charges against them were false in an interview with Gayle King on CBS Sunday Morning. "I found that sharing aspects of my life can pave the way for genuine dialogue and a deeper exploration of truth," Will said while discussing his views on transparency. Their love was tested again just 1 week after their Oscar performance in 2022. Will gained notoriety when he took issue with a joke made by Chris Rock about Jada, who had opened out about her battle with hair loss and appeared to be the lead character from G.I. Jane 2. The moment Will confronted Chris on stage was lost on TV because of the audience's astonished silence and Chris's shocked reaction. Though it seemed impromptu, there were immediately whispers that Jada wished Will hadn't responded so violently at the Oscars. It was an overreaction to the rush of the moment, and both recognized it, a source told US Weekly. Jada is renowned for her tough, self-reliant character, and despite not needing security, she supported Will. Violence in any form is unacceptable. While jokes at my expense are part of the industry, my reaction was inappropriate and not reflective of the man I strive to be. He publicly apologized to Chris and the Academy as a result. Will apologized in a statement to the Academy, the show's producers, the audience, and viewers everywhere. He apologized to the families of King Richard and Williams as well for casting a cloud on an otherwise incredible journey. I am still a work in progress, Will acknowledged, and Jada is scheduled to publish a memoir in October 2023 that should provide additional details about their intricate relationship. Even though they have been legally separated since 2016, Jada disclosed in a promotional interview with Hod Cott on the Today Show that they are still working on their relationship rather than getting a divorce. In response to inquiries about why they hadn't made their split public, Jada said that, as of 2016, they weren't prepared to live entirely apart and that they were still working out the details of their partnership. She gave me her word that they would never have to formally split ways. Alfonso thinks the Smith family will work things out in the end because he respects them too much to meddle. That's all there is to it for now. Thank you for watching and see you next time. How would you respond if you were in his position? Kindly leave your remarks in the space provided below. Subscribe Rumor Spill for more videos.